Good morning, children. In the previous class, we have learned the lesson by using lists and tables using HTML, and we have also learned different types of looping and how to insert audio frames, video frames, and so on. In this class, let's learn this lesson frames and forms in HTML. What is the means of frame? So it allows multiple HTML documents to be displayed in a single web page or a web browser. It contains a greater flexibility to design and organize our website. By using frames, we can also add images, logos, banners, etc. And we can also make our website more interesting. And the navigation menu in the frames is not to be downloaded, but you can visit the each time new page, and we can also change the contents according to our wish. So let's see how to create frames. In the HTML frame, we can create frame by using iframe tag. Is nothing but called inline frame tag. An inline frame is a new HTML document embedded inside the current HTML document. So within a document, we will be having one frame. So let's see what are the attributes in the frame. Formatting frames using attributes. SRC. You already know what is the means of SRC, children. Source. So we have observed this tag in the image tag also. So and we also observed in link tag. So let's see what is the means of source in the frame. What is the means of source attribute in the frame tag? This is used to specify the path of the document. It should be displayed in an inline frame as like in an image tag. So this is the syntax. Next, height and width. You already know what is the means of height and width. It is used to control the size of inline frames. Next, name. This attribute is used to specify the name of an iframe. For example, if we have created a document, we will give a name. Like that, if we have created a frame, for that frame we will give a name. So for that sake, we will use a name attribute. Next, border and iframe. We can also apply borders for our frame. For example, what is a frame? See here, this is one web page. Here we can observe a frame A and frame B. For this, if we want to fill a border, we can use by using a border attribute, border tag. It is used to display the border in an inline frame. If you want to border, we can apply. If you don't want a border also, we can apply. Next, forms. So if you see here, you can observe here frame with a border of different style, frame with a normal border, and no frame. These are the differences between the frames with a border, no frame, and designed frame. Next, forms. A form is a collection of fields of information. If you want to give an information for the website, if you want to give an information, data, so in that sake the website will develop a form. It resembles a paper or a database where user will fill required information. The various fields of data may contain text boxes, radio buttons, drop down menus, check boxes, password boxes, and other elements. These are all called form controls. These form controls are having two elements, form element and input element. Form element is used to set up an area of the web page for a form. So what it is used to set up? Why? Because if user wants to give data, so for that sake they'll require an area, means they'll require a place to give the data. That data is nothing but called form. Input element. So how like they'll produce in the form in many kinds, how like check boxes, radio buttons, like that. That input elements helps these all to give various controls such as button, text box, check box, and in the area. How to work with the forms? Let us see these all. The HTML elements are used with a form element to create and name the form controls, format their appearance and behavior. An attribute in the form element informs the browser and web server which program will process the form information. The browser displays the form and allows the surfer to fill it out, collects the information and sends it to the web server. For example, if you want to book a reservation, bus reservation or flight reservation, you will fill out the details. That details where you will fill in a form. That form, so they will take up one area, one place, one page. So there you will enter all your data. That is called a filling up of a form. So whatever you all give the information, that it will be stored in a web server. The web server sends information to the CGI. CGI is nothing but called Common Gateway Interface program for processing. The CGI program processes the form information and process information is sent back to the browser. This is about how to work. Next, create a form. Every form uses form. How to create a form? By using form tag. How to create a frame? By using iframe tag. This is a opening form tag and this is a close form tag. It also includes various elements. As I said before, two elements will be there, form elements and control elements. Control elements or in control elements, input elements. These input elements such as checkboxes, buttons and so on. How to define form? Let's see here. HTML body, form elements, close form, close body, close HTML. These are the different forms can be classified into 3 sections. How many sections? It seems 3 sections. Form header, input field, action buttons. Action means what? It is used to specify file or page the form is submitted to. The values could be either URL to the script of an email address or defined to mail that should be received the form information. So which means if you want to give an action for that, if you want to give a method for that, if you want to give information, that it will take by using that action method. It specifies the form information should be posted to the URL given in an action attribute. What it have to be done, we have to describe in a method attribute. These possible values are, in the method we are having 2 attributes, those are get and post. Get means by default the default value will be. For example, if you are able to vote, what is your possible age? Means greater than 18, like that. But if your age is not greater than 18, you can able to vote. So that there the default value will be 18 years, like that. It is used whenever you wish to email the contents of the form. Post. You can make the use of this value when you want to pass the information to the specified URL in the action attribute. If you want to post a message, so for that sake we will use the attribute post. The input elements, as I said now, input elements are of many types. By these input elements we will give the data to the web server. These are also called form controls. They are text box, check box, radio button, password box. Above these we also have some more elements. Those are buttons, drop down list and text area. In the input tag attributes we are having many different attributes. Those are type. It is used to create a form element. These attributes are type, name, value, size and max length. Type means, for example, you want to give the data, so that should be in one line or number or text, like that. Name. So each and every control we have to keep one name. If not, we will get confused. The name attribute specifies the name of an input element. Value, it specifies the initial value for the field. Size, it specifies the width of the input field. Max length, it specifies the maximum number of characters for the input field. How to add a first text box. What is the means of text box? Here name is there. This is a name, label. So where we will enter our data in this box. This box is nothing but called text box. In this text box, can we enter only numbers or only text? No. Text box means we can enter both numbers, text, numerical characters or special characters or combination of special characters and numbers. This is a combination of alphanumeric data. How to keep a text box? Let's see this program. We open form, name, input, type equals to text. This we are using text box, no? That's why we have to keep here text. And name, this one, first name equals to your name you want. This is a default name. Size, so the width, maximum length and value. This all we have to define. Here we will enter our data. Next, form specifies the beginning of the form. This form, input type equals to text. Here the text indicates the text input field in the interface element. This box is nothing but called text box, no? That means we have to enter data, but that is nothing that they have defined here. Name equals to first name. First name in the input of the field or a text box. Here we will specify that one. Size. Size means it is used to specify 30 characters wide like this. By default, the size of the text field is 20. Maximum length. It specifies maximum number of characters that user can enter into the input field. Means maximum you can enter 30 characters. By default, there are 30 characters wide. So your name, just it will take 6 or 7 characters like that. Value. The value attribute specifies any default text in the input field. In this case, we have not specified anything with the quotes. So, for example, if you are entering number, is it to specify double quotes, children? No need to specify. If you are writing text, then you should specify that in the double quotes. Next, adding a checkbox. How to add input text box, children? Open input tag, type equals to text. Like that. How to add a checkbox? Input, type equals to checkbox. Name. What are the different names that we will hear in the name? Value, like that. Text box is a toggle switch which helps the user to select or deselect one or more items. For example, many switches will be there. If you want to on the fan, you will on only one fan. But there are multiple options are there like that. As with the form controls, you have to type your label next to the checkbox. First, we have to specify what is the text box is for, what is the checkbox is for. For example, if you see here, this is your qualification program. This is a graduate, this is a label, this is a checkbox. So if you did not give here label, how did you know that you are selecting which option? That's why we have to specify label here. Like that. Next, see reset button. This reset button is used to clear the contents. This reset button sets the default values for all the form elements and it makes the original state and make them active. So if for example all have done their work but they did not reset that one. But how like to do that all? By clicking that reset button. Next, adding multi-line text field. So if you want to type a description or if you want to keep a comment and all, so for that sake you want the more area to type the text. In that case, where you will take text area tag. So how, like if you wants to enter your name, you will take text box like that. If you wants to enter a comment, you need more space. In that case, we will take text area tag. It contains a name attribute, and you have to specify how many rows you want, how many columns you want. Then these also determine the size of the text area control. A user can type text only as wide as defined in the text area on the screen. Example, if you see here, text area rows equals to 10 like this, columns equals to 60. So if you see this example here, so this is a text area box where we can write multiple lines like that. How to add a radio button? So radio button means what? Among given possible choice, you have to select only one, either this or this. For example, here they have said to specify your gender. Here they gave male, female. So if which option you will choose? Only one option. You can't check more than one option. In that case, we'll use a radio button. So it is user have to select only one among several possible options. For example, while asking your gender, you have to select only one option which suitable to you. Here they gave an example. You can see here. Next, adding a password field. Mostly nowadays, each and every web page are designing by using this HTML. And if you want to give the password, what is the means of password? It is a confidential data and it will be masked. Masked means our text won't be appears. It will be displayed as dots or asterisk symbols. If you want to add a password field, what tag you want to specify in the input tag, you have to specify type equals to password. Here, whichever data you will enter, that it will not display. It will show points like that or dots like that. The input element is generally confidential information, such as ATM pin. Example is, when you go to the ATM, you will enter your pin. Actually, it shows your pin. No, it won't show. It will show dots or asterisk symbol. This is of password field. Adding buttons. How to add buttons, children? Once all your details have done, we have to enter. Click the once you have filled all your details and all. At last, what you will do? You will press submit button or reset button. What is the use of submit button? Means whatever the values you have entered, that it will store into the web server. By using which button? Submit. So this submit button will send the data to the server as a series of names and values. The name being by the name of a font, and value, whatever value you have entered, that it will be stored. The data is sent to the page called action attribute of the form tag. So last you will see these two buttons. This can be send or submit. This is a reset. As I said, reset is used to clear all the contents. And our last topic is application areas for forms. Different application areas are there. What are those? Educational sites, online purchasing of orders, online feedback forms, and providing interface for chat section. These are the different areas where you will use education in the forms, collecting names, addresses, phone numbers. In the educational sites, we will see all these forms. Online purchasing of orders. If you open Amazon and if you want to take an item, they'll ask your address, names and all. The details we'll see in this type of forms. Online feedback forms. Sometimes you'll get a feedback forms to give a feedback of your, like customer feedback, how the product is, how you are saying, how was your journey, like that they'll used to ask those all. Next, providing interface for a chat session. It is used to require out fill a form and wish to participate in the chat section or a discussion group. These all are different types of frames and forms in HTML. Our last lesson is lesson 9, publishing a website. Then our portion will be completed. Thank you, children.